People. Say what they do. Now, people, the first thing that is popping in the news, say it is not so, say it is not so. Based on information verified, validated, they stole the Prime Minister of Jamaica's vehicle. I am speaking about the Honorable Andrew Holness. Now, people, I am going to let you take a listen, take a look to a voice note that came from Nationwide News, and then I'll give my piece.
Prime Minister Andrew Holness is one of the latest Jamaicans to become a victim of crime. It's understood that a motor vehicle belonging to the Prime Minister was stolen at some time on Friday evening. It's understood that the Prime Minister's driver took the vehicle to an area and left it, and upon his return, he noticed the car was missing. However, upon reporting the theft, the assistance of the technology company Amber Group was sought due to the vehicle utilizing its security and fleet management platform, Amber Connect. Through the use of Amber Connect, the vehicle was found abandoned at a location somewhere in the corporate area. It's being theorized that it was the intention of the thieves to return at a later date to scrap the vehicle in order to sell the parts. When contacted, the Amber Group was unwilling to confirm or deny the report. Press Secretary in the Office of the Prime Minister, Naomi Francis, said she was unaware of the incident. Prime Minister Holness is currently in Glasgow, Scotland, attending the 26th United Nations Climate Change Conference of the Parties, COP26.
Now, people, when you hear something like this is a reality check for the Prime Minister of Jamaica, that the thief them they out there. This crime thing in Jamaica, it is real, and people, he is feeling it firsthand. However, luckily, like most persons with money in Jamaica, them have all sorts of security. They have all sorts of tracking device on their car, especially, and we would assume that this is some sort of high-end car. It was not mentioned the type of car, the model of car, the year of car. However, just assuming that he is a big man, him in a big position, big post, so therefore, more than likely, he is going to have a top-of-the-top car. So people, when we see stuff like this, and the people that thief it, we have to ask the question, dude, people, only just thief from the Prime Minister of Jamaica, unless of course you did not know, you were unaware. However, you stole the car of the Prime Minister of Jamaica, and unless you want to get locked up, unless you want to do some time, I should suggest that you choose more better the next time that you go on any sorts of thieving campaign. Now, people, like me say, thieving in Jamaica, it is rampant, and it is not isolated to poor people. So therefore, them are thief from any and everybody. And the Prime Minister is the latest victim. However, people, when we ask why is this like that, it is because security is lapsing in Jamaica. So people, I am going to let you take a listen, take a look to the Security Minister, Minister of National Security, Dr. Horace Chang, what he was doing at the time in which Andrew Holness left. Andrew Holness is overseas on some sort of meeting, some sort of conference, and he left the Security Minister in charge, and this is what happened. Take a listen, take a look. Now, people, when the Prime Minister called to inquire what exactly took place, and he was told by his dear Security Minister, listen, me did I sleep? I was unaware, like most things in Jamaica. We get a whole lot of pay, but we do a whole little bit of work. So therefore, this is the reaction of Andrew Holness when he heard about this. Look at his face. This is the picture right here. Now, people, when we ask what is this government doing for the people of Jamaica as it pertains to security, why is everything in Jamaica so iffy, so riffraff? And people, this is a perfect example why this is Parliament's an average day in the day of a parliamentarian, a MP, one of your favorite politicians.
Requested.
Take your seat,
You sit down. You're a course lawyer, take your seat.
You sit down.
He has never asked me for assistance, never go get it.
Madam Speaker, that's an abuse.
He knows.
That's abuse of the House privilege.
Once
that's an
he
abuse.
asks, he's always got an assistance.
It's an abuse of the House privilege.
Four members here. Never. You just mentioned that I know the standing order. I say, yes, I can be making a presentation and a council debate, but when I mislead the House, it's my duty to inform the House that is wrong. And I'm saying, as far as that member is concerned, he has never asked me for assistance.
Madam Speaker.
I never gotten it.
Madam Speaker.
Tony.
Madam Speaker.
I'm addressing the Speaker. Take your seat, man.
A point of order. A point of order, Madam Speaker.
Madam.
And a point of order, Madam Speaker.
Mr. Hilton.
Point of order, Madam Speaker.
Take your seat. It's a point of order and clarification. Take your seat.
A point of order.
That's why you're a quash lawyer. You don't understand what the rules are. Speaker, I'm prepared to withdraw the statement I made if he can tell me one single case he has won in court.
Now, people, like I said, this is an average day in Parliament in Jamaica. A whole lot of bickering, a whole lot of petty stuff, a whole lot of big man and big woman that are acting very childish. And we see that is why Jamaica is out of order. And people, even though this might be some sort of funny video, the truth and the fact is that it is reality. A whole bunch of clowns, a whole bunch of baboons. We are speaking about Dumb and Dumberer, Jamaica style, point blank and period. Now, people, the next thing that is popping in the news is that we see that church in Montego Bay, it is buzzing once again. And this is based on some sort of incident that took place on Sunday. Based on the information from the Popo and the fire brigade, they said that they were called up on the scene at about 10:45, I think, Sunday night. When they reached, they saw all sorts of smoke coming from the building. Persons called them. When they went in the building, they realized that they saw all sorts of drapes on fire, all sorts of garbage. So people, based on the information, it is said that this took place close to the pulpits. Based on information, it is also said that 2 Bibles were there. Everything in that environment, in that surrounding, the drapes, air conditioning unit, them burn up. However, the Bibles were just as they were before the FIRE people. I was not there to verify or validate. What I do know, however, is that when the Popo raided the building, there was all sorts of stuff in all sorts of freezer, meaning food item, chicken, rete, lele, blue, blah, bling. The relevant authority did not make any sorts of plans to get rid of this, so therefore they were left out, abandoned, and people, you know exactly what happens. All sorts of fly, all sorts of maggot, rete, lele, blue, blah, bling. So therefore there was some sort of stench coming from the building. And the residents in the community, they were complaining. So therefore, it seems as if somebody went in the building and they had a very bright idea. Why not just set everything inside here and burn out everything? So people, I am asking this question. We see that these persons, they are not very smart based on the fact that this man tricked them, take them money, turn them into all sorts of JACKASSES. So therefore, we were not surprised by the decision-making process to basically light a fire in the building. And people, you know what is going to happen whenever this thing get out of control, and that is exactly what happened. Now, people, I say this to say that we see that the relevant authority in Jamaica, they are always reactive instead of proactive. So therefore, it takes the place to basically rotten down. It takes a resident to complain. It takes a FIRE before they did anything or are going to do anything. So therefore, based on the information, it is said that they are now planning to go by there and clean up the place and make sure that the place don't smell funky anymore. So people, me just assure you. Now people, the next thing that is popping in the news is an update as it pertains to that one-down trial that is taking place downtown, as it pertains to the main suspect, the Don. We are speaking about Andre Blackman Bryant. Now there were some bombshell that was dropped in at the courthouse, and one of the biggest ones is that based on the second witness, he claims that Mr. Blackman showed him the tool and said that this was a tool that was used to take away the former chairman of the JUTC in 2008. Now people, in 2016, Mr. Blackman, he was tried for that case. However, based on information from this witness, he claimed that Mr. Bryan showed him the tool that was used. Mr. Bryan also said that the man, Mr. Chambers, was cornered up twice in the head and was taken out on the spot. He also claimed that there were several meetings that were held by the top tier gangsters, and the lone female suspect in the case, she was the one that did most of the talking. He also said that a lot of times the gangsters, they were attending the PNP meeting, and the women would also bring the tools back and forth to this meeting. So therefore, it seems as if he is showing that there is a whole lot of aligning as it pertains to politicians and specifically the PNP. He also said that on one occasion, Mr. Bryan asked him to retrieve the statistics, the takeaway statistics in Jamaica. And when Mr. Bryan looked at the takeaway statistics in Jamaica, he realized that St. Catherine's, panish T0wn, where they are from, it was not leading. So he asked the question, we need to do something about this. We need to make sure that we are top of the top. We are numero uno as it pertains to takeaway in Jamaica. And people, one of the most unbelievable thing is that based on what the second witness said, he claims that Mr. Blackman also told them to retrieve the skull of somebody that they had taken away a couple of years ago because he wanted to drink blood from the skull. Now people, like me say, I know that especially the last couple of weeks have proven that there's a whole bunch of cults in Jamaica. People have some unorthodox stuff that they do. However, people, as it pertains to these cases, it seems as if sometimes these persons, they are coerced. I am speaking about the witness. They are drilled. And because these prosecutors, DPP, they are going for the KILL, the knockout punch. So people, I say this to say that a story that might be true, some parts is sometimes over-sensationalized, exaggerated. Them are color up the lie, they are coloring up the truth to make it sound more believable. However, people, it might backfire, because the truth and the fact is that when we listen to the practicality of this, one more thing. The witness also claimed that that same tool that was used by Mr. Blackman, it is not present in court, because he claims that Mr. Blackman told him that he sold the tool. So therefore, he did not want the tool to be in panish T0wn no longer. And also, as it pertains to the case of Mr. Douglas Chamber, the former chairman of the JUTC, the witness in that case in 2016 when it was tried, the key witness, he was missing. He did not show up for court. So therefore, Mr. Blackman might have beat it on a technicality or because of lack of evidence. Because if the key witness is missing, the case is going to be weak. So people, at the end of the day, me just say, if I am a defense attorney, I would poke holes in that man's testimony, because people, it sounds disbelievable. It sounds unbelievable. It sounds like some sort of fabricated story, some sort of a Nancy story. So people, me just say, don't be surprised, even though there are some damning allegations, don't be surprised if this man beat it at the trial, or even worse, at the appeal. Me just say. So anyways, people, that is my views on the whole thing as it pertains to that. And like me say, it is just my views and opinion. It is not the gospel. Your views and opinion can be respectfully different from mine. But let me know what you think in the comment section. Bless up.